World peace. World peace and world peace. Doesn't it sound familiar? Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, and yes, indeed, we've all heard this phrase over and over again. But the million-dollar question is, what is this world peace and how do we define it? Is peace the guarantee that China and America will shake hands? Well, if that is your definition of peace, then I, for one, do not see peace in the near future. Is peace owning a Lamborghini? Is peace merely the end of violence, or is it something more? Well, personally, peace is all of the above. The emancipation of human insecurities in a broad sense. So if peace is summarized as such, then what is the problem in ensuring successful peace-building efforts through conflict-ridden regions? It's not like we don't know what peace means. Then why do we falter? Why is it that we have scenarios like Afghanistan and Kosovo, wherein no matter how hard the state and non-state actors try, sustainable peace is always a distant dream? And the answer is quite direct, actually. They forget the people. Now, in the process of implementing what they think will confer peace, these actors forget the importance of the people enclosed in the boundary of the state in question. They forget the importance of people when answering the ethical questions of peace building, namely, which type of peace, whose peace, and how peace. To sum it all up, they forget to construct a sustainable peace through the prism of human security. Now, what is human security, you may ask? Well, after doing some research and reading under a couple of pioneers in this field, I've come to understand human security as this intricately woven concept encompassing the freedom from fear, want, and indignity. It targets the people and believes that to maintain a successful peace-building effort, the general public's beliefs and perceptions must confer a popular legitimacy onto the state. The public must remain in sync with all endeavors to improving the condition of their society. And it is for this reason that human security answers the question, what type of peace? By aiming to eliminate the public's fear, eliminate the public's want, and eliminate the public's indignity, thus emphasizing on the provision of security to the people whose insecurities are most at stake. And then this is definitely instead of pleasing or accounting for the wishes of any external actor. Ladies and gentlemen, this means that failed states are so because they cannot exercise their primary function of social protection, hence failing in their duty to protect, provide for, and empower their citizens. According to me, then the state should therefore protect the survival, livelihood, and dignity of the population while ensuring that it can provide for and safeguard the general public's larger expectations. And then the state must most definitely place these aims above the existence, nature, and power of the state itself. Concerning the second question, how peace? I believe human security emphasizes the empowerment of the people. That is, transforming them into agents of change, protecting them, and providing welfare. As suggested by the amazing Professor Tajbaksh, to attain a sustainable peace, the state should avoid short-term military or policing solutions and should instead resort to a long-term comprehensive strategy that combines protection, the provision of welfare, and emancipation. The state should hence focus on the strategies of economic growth that are inclusive of the income distribution, equity, and enhanced freedom, so crucial to the idea of human security. Now, by following these strategies, the state would be able to achieve human security through the prism of human development, which would therefore lead to the enhancement of the public's capabilities and functioning. Now, this betterment in the people's capabilities and functioning, who are the resources, would consequently establish and maintain a sustainability in the concept of the state's functioning, which forms an essential component of the state's security, hence constituting to a successful peace-building effort. Furthermore, alongside the empowerment of the people, I believe that to some extent, the human security approach also details the importance of a departure from considering liberal democracies as a precondition to peace. Now, yes, even though the model of a liberal peace may be efficient, the public must be maintained not only as subjects, no, but as peace-building aims. And to ensure this, the peace building needs to center around the underlying norms of the local population. The idea that the public's involvement in the design and implementation is paramount. And finally, a sense that the public and only the public should be the direct beneficiaries of the intervention. Consequently, a successful peace building effort from the human security point of view, of course, then depends on the consensus surrounding the validity of the peace-building models by the local population, mind you, and also their reception of the results of the peace-building endeavor. Now, unfortunately, and very unfortunately indeed, in most conflict-ridden regions, this was one factor which has been largely amiss. For example, in Afghanistan, as I previously mentioned, one might note the tenacious efforts of the British and Allied forces on the ground who struggled valiantly indeed, for instance, to bring peace to the Helmand province. But there, and the Afghan people have paid a terrible, terrible price for a lack of clarity and candor on the part of the politicians who sent them there. The people were ignored and their needs were pushed back, hence making them the perfect prey for terrorist infestations. Thus, and I repeat, rather unfortunately, contributing to Afghanistan's failure as a state. Finally, human security answers the question, what type of peace, by stressing the importance of a peace that responds to the emancipation from insecurities in everyday life. So yes, definitely paying attention to the broader spectrum of things, but also narrowing down and focusing on the minuscule details that plague human life. Through the lens of human security, every insecurity, be it threats to survival or functional threats to livelihood, or even threats to dignity, are just as imperative to protect as the other. Furthermore, it also affirms the fact that all threats and insecurities are interlinked and interdependent. Hence, to ensure a successful peace-building effort, a sort of connection must be sought between all insecurities in a manner that the intervention in one domain transcends into a multitude of positive externalities. Hence, to me at least, the human security approach proposes the idea of peace as a wholesome emancipation from insecurity, with no insecurity ever, and I repeat, ever gaining a priority over the other. To conclude, if we want peace, if we really want the phrase world peace to materialize, then states must adopt the policy of human security. Peace building should center around the people because at the end, the state is its people. If the people are unhappy, then, ladies and gentlemen, the state is indeed a failed institution. Thank you.